Finally, Wontumi case in a court on a date is a 3rd July near Behun Wontumi fate. Menemo be ni Muntini videos ne noso. Deputy Attorney General Akasa after for a case ne be we no. Wontumi lawyer Akasa Wontumi na Akasa so feel good. E bi say ne sere nyom fe video ne danche ne bi so as a sere ne shada maybe as a ne clock it ne kra as a meyi. Maka kire mo say Wontumi case na emiensa e na wo court sesia. First one, Samreboi case, no. 2, Tanum Forest, the end beginning 2022, and MPP abreso. And none a docket and a Tony Jenna court treating police, docket and I'm obeying Crophobia, our case. And a third one, Exim Bank at the end. No, they quite farming, Cocoa bonnet or Mon file. It won't to be case, and your course is an air tray. Near judge in this will be really determine the finality of the case on 3rd July and Samreboi the it's more from one and I may be Kaiwo. What Wontumi is facing in court. Now I'm saying my brain coming tribute about my son. Now move from him quandia, my son, my shy at the amamu. We be this age, man. Now we are Wontumi videos. So while with my analysis, I don't want to analyze the videos. I just want to do the what is in the character. Prove it. There's a lot of law, it's a lot of legalese, it's a lot of court documents, but I'll try my best to do that for you in the next 15 to say 20 minutes. Samreboi case what is the state's charge against Wontumi? Now state no air charging Crawfordiansa. Chairman Wontumi, a branch of a friend of Kwame Yentwi, and a contaminating company limited. Kwame Yentwi were Johnny or the one Kabra. Now, state in the case, very, very simple. Omo charge Wontumi 6 count. On this any trainers will be a 222. The triple trainer charge will be a count 2. Into total count, 6. Count 1, for example, statement of offense, assignment of minerals right without approval, contrary to sections 14.1 and sections 99.2b of the Minerals and Mining Act 2006, Act 703 as amended by Section 3 of the Minerals and Mining Act. But you tell you now, offense in any say, Wontumi ewa buying krata edimu a legal concession ya diamond and krata. Now, Wontumi edesan krata na normal brand be a fene Henry Okumtumi so munkodi jumebi ewoso. Obeka se mebwenti ma men kai bro for ne man what do you so no say. Bernard Entribuosi akweke Wontumi 49 years. Entrepreneur that you in the year 2024 in somewhere in the Western region within the jurisdiction of the court, being the owner and controlling director of a contaminating company did without first obtaining the prior written approval of the minister, permitted Henry Okum and Michael Jedue Yisi to undertake a mining operation without the mining concession which was granted to the said contaminating only within the mining concession which was granted to the said contaminating company only. And to say Adena bindi to me krata ma sefa kodi gold hu dwuma o concession ko to gold. Now one sublet sa to me dia mo bi foforo without the minister's approval. Almost see etiamra because when you read sections no mo quote na those sections say that if you have a concession and you want someone to work on that concession, minister no to me krata and sana wa ma say nipa na kodi se dwuma no. Ana Wontumi say concession no mo de man no. Ono no dwuma o ye nyina ne say Okasa Henry Ogum no amomeye reclamation. One Michael Jedu ayisi ne patriote edini ye. Ano musan se Wontumi contract ban na ne Henry eko sign ye. Wontumi so onini ni in paper contract bi o paper so eyema no. Patriote asem ni ye. O say Henry Ogum no okum no ana approach ni say oh asase ni bia say no person ye reclamation. No duadua kube. Wontumi admit ye say there's no written or verbal agreement between them. And I want check it, the kind of work and so Henry no acquire or concession so no. Patricia 70 years. And want to be frat dancer for. First a dancing your friend if any wisdom gomashi or a mining expert. And no mubusan say count 1 it's in you the back of your mind say yeah they are buying crat time and self could you maybe. So all the side you money be show be inside you must go back to the minister to seek approval. Wisdom go machine obey that dance yama Wontumi no buy no catch a court to say mamen kaima or say 17. An assignment of a mineral right in the context of Act 703 and in accordance with established mining industry practice in Ghana is a formal legal transaction by which the holder of a mineral right transfers, in whole or in part, its right, interest, obligation under the mineral's right to another person or entity. An assignment has the following existential characteristics: involve the transfer of the mining right itself, or a defined portion thereof from the assignor to the assignee. Assignor ne be Wontumi, assignee ne be Henry Okum. Okay. Or say it is a formal documented transaction that requires the prior approval of the minister under section 14(1) of Act 703. And D, it results in a change of the legal identity of the mineral right holder, at least in respect of the assigned portion. In contrast, a verbal permission granted by a mining right holder to a third party to enter its concession for a specific limited purpose, such as land reclamation, does not transfer the mineral right or any portion thereof to the third party. The mineral right remains vested in the holder. The third party acquires no right to exploit the minerals in the concession. The permission is a contractual or operational arrangement, not a disposal of the mineral right. In my professional experience, such arrangements are commonplace in the mining industry and are not treated as assignment requiring ministerial approval. It's a go machine obey there. There's some I want to make as a debit. Yes, Sana Maranaka say my concession episode be could do so communities are to me. But mining industry no who now why you our experience and I just no minister bia. Again, no I acquire land reclamation. Land reclamation they for a good one to be and it's a Wontumi no ya sign no. And then the contract bia. It doesn't mean say Henry Okum Wontumi man to me explicitly so unko to from a good illegally because on no krata. The first witness to my Wontumi someone no be kind on count 1. Ko count 1 na say Wontumi e de aban asase akomo obi so took from a good nipa ni krata. Okay. Now, Wontumi second witness no, a former deputy lands and natural resources minister, Mrekuduka, Takwanswayem former MP. Ono so call court no, ana okwaka say Wontumi license na ekura no. Aban na de man. Na John Jinapo no de sa Samreboi concession ne man. Ana ono san de letterway ohu. Edin na wase ne kipini. Ye tano mrim analysis na. That name will be very important. Onto ma contact we say ekoko. Remind or remember, Kamagasa remind me, or remember, some you should call me if you make. Ono kwa bedi adanse say, Wontumi na aban say, ono na ashama illegal mine yakoso Samreboi. O tro letter command Western Regional Police Command. Ebra, China for be corner, so not the letter ne buy. But what is interesting is that letter no call no. Nipo sign letter no eye Eduardo Kwoku. Ono no the key witness are ojina ma the state versus Wontumi in the Tano Marine Forest case no. Wow, yes, smart. We who dey am easy I don't enya hwe. You do Tano Marine metro. So, Mrekuduka so call court no say debi. Wontumi kwa a good corporate citizen. On who say illegal mining no cost no ko Western Regional Police Command na mane. Enti say e koswa. That doesn't mean say Wontumi na e Wontumi na ene hye Henry Okumachi a. Why won't we write a letter to the Western Regional Police Command saying, say, illegal mining? Because my main kind letter to refresh them or say, I write to formally inform you, your respected outfit, of the activities of illegal mining, mostly Chinese, on our concession, Akonta mining, located in the Wasam Memphis municipality of the Western region. So how will Wontumi, who has given Okum land to do illegal mining, report Okum according to Mrekuduka or say Antasumu? Mrekuduka also can say, or say, illegal mining was something government of fight, but at no point did the ministry say it as an entity has a legal concession and illegal miners by others happen. The concession owner is implicated by committing that crime. But we know there. Your person was trying to say, okay, say maybe on legal mining license. Now say illegal mining cost what? It doesn't mean that me. Timami read this statement, the written statement, or say the invasion of licensed mining concession by illegal miners is a well documented and serious national problem in Ghana. We could look at say in the witness statement. It is a problem that the government of Ghana has consistently acknowledged and has taken various legislative, administrative, and security measures to address. Licensed mineral rights holders, including Akonta Mining, are frequent victims of such invasion, which cause significant damage to their operations, their equipment, and the environment with their concessions. I am aware of specific reports and complaints received during my tenure concerning illegal miners invading Akonta Mining concession and conducting unauthorized mining activities thereon. I want to tender in letter na me kaima one as evidence. These reports were consistent with the broader patterns of illegal mining invasion affecting licensed concessions throughout the Western region. The illegal miners who invaded Akonta Mining were not authorized by Akonta Mining Company Limited or by its director to conduct any illegal mining activity. Timilekudu Council case or the koto Wontumi enemy. Now on the first charge, and what it means is that the court must prove say beyond reasonable doubt to say Wontumi assigning mineral right to Henry Okum without the minister's approval. That is what the court or the attorney general must prove. Now, what the prosecution witness can and so ni prosecution witness say ni odia dance ama aban no. Prosecution say oye Henry Okum no or say mamen kan ma A1, which is Wontumi, agreed that mine on the unmined portions of the concession. Today's witnesses Wontumi na that kind only A1. He also agreed that reclaimed the portions of the land which he had previously mined by planting coconut seedlings thereon. Wontumi did not give me any money to do the reclamation work, as I was expected to use a portion of the proceeds from my mining activities on the unmined portion of the concession to defray the cost of reclamation. So Professor Chen said, "Sasasini ni a only Wontumi cause yes an agreement no. Na Wontumi amine baby to say, I am mining. And on no reclaiming land about Wontumi amane sika ntasase we ne da ho. Ento ono ne Wontumi no ka che Wontumi say na obetu e former good ye na e wa ha no. No the process ni be reclamation na e wa ba bia Wontumi atu dada. Sa na Henry Okum no e ka. Okay. Now yanko case no so. First prosecution witness no so no no enso eye adwuma ma Henry Okum no ye fra no Michael Jedu. Under cross-examination, courtesy my senior colleague Austin Wood, in some your kai any question here bizarre no say, were you able to extract some gold in your operations? Prosecution, interrogation, it's a say buying lawyer penny busan question. And I'll say yes, of course. That was the aim of going there. Yabusan say utu gold was say but tanti the call crano. 2. And when your staff were arrested from the site, they took away some amount of gold. Is that correct? I say yes, my lady. And this gold was from the illegal miners, but not from your operator. Yes, my lady. Again, okay, section 703. There's a very interesting that the same Minerals and Mining Act, or say, my support services, or say, persons or companies providing prescribed services to a holder of a mining right and registered with the commission may be granted concessions as prescribed. The meaning say, before you may even do mining support activities for a legally licensed concession, you need to be registered with the Minerals Commission. You need to be registered company any day. Now that is where the next issue comes. Or say, Attorney General Sasemako can say Henry Okumi and then the company no omunya registered. And because they are not registered, I want to use one yes, I did not no sama basa a contravenes section 59 of 703 no. Another issue however, Mrekuduka okodi adanse ema Wontumi no. Ekan baby o kan say the fact say you register a company no enye Wontumi na eye na no daden so better say Henry Okum register the company and register the company. Evidence my main kind of witness statement or say, I wish to draw the honorable court attention to the fact that the first accused, Bernard Chibu Esiako, is a prominent businessman and public figure in Ghana. He has invested significantly in the mining sector through Akonta Mining Limited and has done so through legitimate lawful channels. The suggestion that he would jeopardize his legitimate mining operations and his reputation by engaging in or facilitating illegal mining, in my view, is impossible and unsupported by the evidence. Or say, during my tenure as Deputy Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, I was familiar with the regulatory framework governing mine support services in Ghana, including the provisions of Section 59 of the Minerals and Mining Act 2006, Act 703, and the Minerals and Mining Support Services Regulation 2012, LI 2174. These provisions expressly contemplate and regulate the engagement of third-party service providers to carry out support services on licensed mining concessions. It was the established practice and understanding of the ministry during my tenure that the mining rights holder could lawfully engage or permit third-party service providers to carry out mine support activity on its concession, including land reclamation, environmental remediation, earth moving, and related activities. Such engagement was not considered to constitute an assignment of mineral rights and did not require ministerial approval under Sections 14(1) of Act 703. The regulatory obligation to register as a mine support service provider under Section 58 of the Act is imposed on the service provider, not the mineral right holder. It was not the practice or understanding of the ministry that the mineral right holder was required to verify the registration status of every single service provider engaged on its concession before permitting them to carry out mining support services. So according to Mrekudu Kano, Deputy Minister, no say, so maybe you just say to conform be legal concession am conform to management. And maybe you just say to na me checking a license. I want them na kakraba me nyamra. Court to be decided July 3. So let me hold my opinion to myself. And just say, and yet Wontumi, and I say Wontumi na hwe sa ade no. Now or say that Attorney General also contends that Chairman Wontumi knew the scope of work by Okum was to undertake, and the reason he facilitated his acquisition of heavy equipment, not just for land reclamation and planting of coconut. Check. Okum no san ko catch the court to say between Chairman Wontumi no san to afidie man bulldozers ni ade na ode yadwuma etitie Okum no testify say Wontumi nim say na obey mine na eye den na obro frɛ Wontumi ka chen so hia excavators ni bulldozers na de Wontumi direct no baabi mo kɔgege sa ne mani nyina bi Okum so contestation no. Now Wontumi mount witness boss no they may be kind of testimony ma wo deny some cause nyina say oni Okum no any contract bia sa. So that is also what Wontumi said when he went on record. Now Kwame engineer yes second person no wadwane, but ebra Wontumi call court no omu busa na say abrantie no onim na because Bernard Ntwibu esiako ene Kwame Ntwidie eya kwenso onim no say ne kosi ye o say Mr. Bernard Ntwibu said, do you know anyone by name Kwame Ntwi? Yes. Where does he live? He was living at Takwa between 2021 and 2022. He made his mind to travel, and since then I've not heard of him. Anna Justice Ramsay Busano, how are you related to Kwame Ntwi? My lady, true work. He worked with me as one of the directors of Atra Konta Mining. Tell the court the last time that you as directors filed your annual returns with the Office of the Registrar of Companies. My lady, I can't remember. That was what happened in court. Ebra Wontumi eneno eye sa kasubom no. Now below no is the penalty that requires say ye charge obi with near all kana. Na Attorney General kana na se mara ne botia na ha na muntie yie no menka so bi bekoje. Aha ne de mesra ma me twusu me phrase ni yie. The charge that Wontumi has been charged with, there are punishment within the law. What is the punishment? Now let me read for you. Or say, offenses and penalties. A person who buys or sells minerals without a license in accordance with Section 6, blah, blah, blah. A person who, without a license granted by the minister, undertakes a mining obligation contrary to the provisions of this act, acts or instigate, command, cancels, procures, solicits, or in any manner profusely aids, facilitates, encourages, or promotes any act in contravention of a provision of this act, and in respect of which a penalty has been specified, or contract a non-Ghanaian to provide mining support services, commit an offense and is liable on summary conviction of a fine of not less than 10,000 penalty unit and not more than 15,000 penalty unit, and to a term of imprisonment of not less than 15 years and not more than 25 years. Tipacho emrana makama menka se Wontumi koje 15 ana onkoje o asem de bia me the issue be menka sa emrana sa nete. So Wontumi case no, that's what happens. And then on we court on Justice Ramsay kakra kan eni.
the rules of court, even though indeed there are other things that can cause the delay. But what is more important is that on the 3rd, the court will make a pronouncement whether or not the accused persons or any of the accused persons, is guilty of the offenses that we have charged. Thank you very much.
Yes. Wontumi lawyer so kakra okan enie.
Good afternoon, everyone. Let me start by saying we are grateful to each and every one of you for keenly following up on this case and updating the